welcome to World of Women, Wow for Women, where we emphasize bringing back strong values. I am Wuji Danisa.
I am Rahila Lessa, and thank you for joining us on another edition of Wow, World of Women.
Hello, I'm Ifoma Gift Oladunjoye. Welcome to another episode of
and joining us as guest presenter is the very beautiful Linda Turner. Linda is the CEO Linda Hope Initiative. You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. So nice to have you.
Thank you, same here. I'm happy to be here.
Abuja weather is something else. So.
Yes, it's crazy.
Drinking water like camels.
And roasting the skin.
I was even wondering if there was something wrong with me, just drinking water, and I was telling my husband, you think I don't have to go for a test?
His body is getting dehydrated because of the weather.
Yes.
You're not the only one on this table. I think I've drank and I need more water, please. This one no go do.
Yeah, water, and I've been drinking.
While I was coming, the sun is much crazy
out there. Whoa. Well, it's Hamatan, and maybe soon it will get cooler. We pray. Abuja doesn't get cold again these days.
I pray.
So this week, Linda, you are with us today. We have to discuss these issues. There are so many issues, and we just keep talking, and we just we don't know what's happening in this society. We had the unfortunate story of a 10-year-old girl who was tortured by her so-called madam or auntie or something in Jos. Unfortunately, we lost the child. Wow. She died. You know, she picked up this beautiful girl from the village, took her to Jos, and went ahead to mete out the most inhuman treatment to the child. It's suicide, it's unacceptable, it's bestial. It is the worst kind of crime to do this to a child. You know, from what we heard, she told this child to sit on hot water.
Hey! And
she's a microbiologist. She told this child to sit on hot water. And, well, the wound eventually got infected. And that was how the child died. And if you see the photo that was shown on the screen, you can see marks of what's it called?
Burns,
flogging, beatings, and all of that. This is man's inhumanity to man.
This is worse than
being a microbiologist, she must have known the implication of what he did.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing that the person goes school no enter around. The school she went was just school. The thing did not enter into her. What I ask people that do this is, if this was your child, how would you feel somebody do this to you, your child?
People are selfish, you know. People are selfish. They always try to protect the ones they love. You understand? And I don't think this has anything to do with school.
It has nothing.
It has nothing to do with school.
No, because you said
let's hear from Linda. Why is this thing on the increase? Or has it always been with us, this maltreatment and mistreatment of children?
It has always been. It's just because of the social media now we get to know more of this. Yeah. It has been in existence for years. All this maltreatment issue, not just the HAUSEP and the children, but both sides. Some HAUSEP also maltreat children because there was a case in Uganda, I think about 2020 or so. It was also on the net, yes, when the maid beat up the child, and just because her boss refuses to give her money. I was like, she might not even have the money at the time she asked for it, and she had to like put all the anger, beat the child. A 22 years maid beat up a child of 18 years.
Oh my God! Just 18 years or 18 months?
Sorry, 18 months. 18 months child in Uganda. I thought it was actually on. I thought it was Nigeria. Then later, when I did search and I just, because we are all blacks, when we see videos like that, our assumption just goes that this happens. Yeah.
Sometimes it's transferred aggression. Really, I had a neighbor. Back in the day. Before NAPTIP, of course. If we had NAPTIP, I would have called NAPTIP, And she would beat up her housemaid. She would bring out bells. She would maltreat. I mean, it got to a point that I wanted to talk on the bed.
But,
you know.
but the thing is, why do you people?
Do you know what the maid?
Bring these people
Do you know what the maid?
like that?
Do you know what the maid does to her children when she's not around? The maid now takes the children to the backyard and meets her the same treatment to the children.
It is like do me, I do
children.
Yes.
So you see, this thing is, and I always say this, please, if you cannot handle another person's child properly, the way you would handle your own child, leave the child alone. All this one say, I want to help you, I want to help you. She wants to help the girl, and she helped the girl. The girl is in the grave right now.
She did not want to help the girl. She did not put the girl in school. The girl was 10.
That's what they say. I want
She
to
did
help
not put the girl in school.
That's what they
I mean,
say.
parents too should stop giving their children, underage children to whoever.
And government need to also look into that. You can't bring a 10-year-old child as a maid.
Government has already. There are laws against
Not
it.
only that.
There are laws. It's criminal. You're not supposed to. Every child is supposed to be in school now.
But I think the problem is because this has been on the increase. We've seen so many cases of this, but we've not heard where the law takes its full course, you know, on some of these.
I think there are
So
some. I think there are some.
She should go in for it. She killed somebody. This is murder.
She has to face
So
the
she
law.
will face the law.
Definitely, she has to face the law.
There's no two ways about it. And also, religious people and the society needs to be teaching all these mothers not to give out their children like that.
Definitely.
Well, there are some that are even orphans. Let's take a break now. If you know you cannot treat a child as your own with love and kindness, please don't bring her into your home. And if you know any child who is not in school or out of school or is being maltreated by anybody in your neighborhood, please report to NAPTIP. I keep saying report to NAPTIP. NAPTIP numbers are on the internet. Just go there and you see about 8 numbers of NAPTIP. Call anyone. Your identity will be protected. So don't be afraid that they're going to tell them you are the one who squealed.
Yeah.
Please do that. Save a child today. We'll be back. Stay tuned.
Proud to be a woman. Proud to be a woman. Proud to be a woman.
Yes, welcome back to Wow. Just listen to this one. I'm sure you'll find it funny, though it's a very important topic we are discussing today. A man was traveling with his fiancée, the woman he wants to marry, to meet his parents for the first time. And he placed his own children, because these are two people who've already had children. Single parents, yes, single parents. He placed his own children in first class, while the woman's children, by another man, he bought economy tickets for, you know, and she, of course, she did the right thing. She did not go on that journey, and that is why. Were they in the first class or the economy too?
So what will happen to the woman? Our kids will be on economy.
Yeah.
She
That
will
is
also
why-
be on a business class.
Yeah,
the husband,
today we are
the man.
discussing blending children from previous relationships because a lot of people have this issue. People get married, people get remarried,
Yeah.
and there are some people who were not even married but want to now marry, but they have their children. Children are not baggage.
Yeah.
They are not.
No.
Yeah.
No. So when I saw that thing, the first thing I asked was, then why do you want to marry this woman? Why? No, basically. So we've had these discussions on Twitter Spaces every time, and I always say this to them: please, if you know you are not going to take the other person's child as your own, please leave the man or the woman alone. Because you cannot say, I want to marry you, and then your children know you're going to keep them one side. It's not going to happen. Except the father, if it's a single father, a single mother, except the person is a villain, then the person will accept you do it, even though some people do it. But that should not be happening, because those children didn't ask for this. So why are you
And
going
I think the
to play
woman
with
is
them?
lucky. She's so lucky to must have found out at a time
Yes,
at this,
early enough.
yeah, early enough for her to say, no, I'm not going ahead with this marriage because I love my children, and if you're not going to give them equal treatment, then let's go our ways. I think
What was
it's a good
going
one
through
for
the
her.
man's mind? What was the reason for this? Was he trying
There's
to
no, I don't think the man did not accept
already
the
is
family.
discriminating?
The good thing, like what?
It's posturing his children as superior.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's just trying to show that these are my children and these ones belong to you.
And
so
then thank
whatever.
God they are not yet married. Because
Yeah,
this is
that was
just
why I
showing her
said,
that
it came
before
quite
when
early.
we get married, until your children will be in the back seat and my children will be in the front, and that means his own children will not treat those other children
Exactly.
as the same thing their father did.
He didn't want them to have an entitlement mentality, according to him. Oh my
These
God!
are just
What
children.
she said
It's easier to better to marry a very poor man and
it's
grow
better
with him
to remain-
than take
better to
than
remain
put your
single.
child in that.
There's no-
better to remain
enjoy your
single.
life with your kids and no need to put, like when she said that it was she detected it on time. Every recognition in relationship is key. Otherwise she would have been, one thing I've observed with African culture, our marriage culture, once you are married before and you made the second mistake, it's very difficult to pull out. Because one thing that you consider, not yourself, you are looking at the outside noise, that what will people say about me, but they don't know what you are going through. Like what just happened, the scenario that we are just talking about now. If, thank God, that trip came up, if not for that trip now, she will do the marriage, right, everything, and she'll be happy, and a lot of people will admire her, like, oh, you are lucky, you have found
This man that can afford first class.
Exactly. So once you detect such on time, is cool, because we've seen a couple of experience, like when you see a Nigeria lady, let me just say African woman, married up to 4 times. Sometimes it's not the fault, it's mistake, like they did not, sit down properly and do search and see if any man that cannot love my children, you don't love me.
Simple.
If you cannot accept my children are first before you at that time, because you just have to like choose to keep my kids, then with that everything flows together. So if you cannot accept my children and you claim to love me, there's no point. I wouldn't want to make a second mistake. I'd rather just be with my children and I'm happy with my kids.
I don't think there's even love in the first place. He does not even love the woman.
As far as I'm
He
concerned.
loves her. If he loves her, he would love everything about her.
Because when a man wants a single mother, for example, they go through the children.
Yes.
When you show a woman that you love her children, you already won her.
That's the
The
first
woman
thing.
will be too happy
Yeah.
to have now this goes back to that lady that did not tell the man that she had a child. That woman that had 4 kids. So you something like that, this might now be afraid of things like this.
My opinion,
You know?
he was looking for who will take care of his children. He wasn't looking for marriage.
Thank you.
And he wasn't looking for additional
Yeah,
children.
he
should have got
needed
to
a nanny and an experienced nanny.
Yeah.
That was all he wanted. That was what he went for.
Exactly.
Yes, an
He should have
experienced
gone
nanny.
and go and get
If
a
not,
nanny
if
from
he
the
wanted
village.
a wife, he may have.
Exactly.
He might have
Embrace
gone for a single
everybody.
woman, but he
Yeah.
wanted an
Embrace everyone
experienced nanny.
together.
That was
And
what
that
he-
shows that the mother, that woman loves her children a whole lot, and she has
Yes.
prioritized her children.
Yes.
Some people would have said, after all, no be my money, na the man money, they will manage it like that. Yes, some
Yeah,
some
there
would
are
have
some
said
people
that.
I've
because-
seen a situation
Yeah.
where a child would go to where his mom remarried, and the mother will say, "Oh, yeah, go, just go, because let
Let
man
him
will
not
come.
see
Let
you."
him not come and see you. Just
Yes.
go." She'll just give him something small, like then ask him to go.
Yes.
I've seen a lot
There
of
are a
this.
lot of mothers that do that to their
Practically, I
kids.
have seen this
This
a
is
lot.
crazy.
Oh yes, it
And
happens.
it's affect the child mentally.
Exactly.
So this woman needs to be applauded because she did something. She has shown that her children are number one.
Yes.
Uncle, you don't want them, no
Go.
problem. It's okay.
Yes.
But if you're going to accept me, treat my children
First.
properly. If you're not going to treat us properly, I'm sorry, because you are going to damage those children mentally.
Yeah.
You will
So
damage
it's
them.
damaged already.
It's damaged
will.
already.
Because you are
And the
already telling them that they are second
Second-class
class citizens.
citizens.
in
Are
the
we sure the
house,
man
yes.
has not even told them one day, am I your father?
He
Even
can
if he
say
has
that.
not told them, he will
No,
tell them
he can
something.
say that eventually.
Yes.
I'm not sure he's told them yet.
Yes,
He will
but
be
he will
waiting
tell
for the
them.
right time.
But
Yes.
his attitude has already said it.
But
Yes.
thank God this man showed his character. There are
God,
some who hide everything. Love these children,
They
buy
will
the
mask
ice
it.
cream, buy chicken, buy everything,
Enter
take
the
them
house.
everywhere.
Let us enter
Then when
the
they
house.
enter the house, wahala
You now
starts.
turn
Not just
children-
men,
Women
women
too.
are even worse.
It's wrong both ways.
Women are worse.
It's wrong both ways.
pretense.
You treat your husband's children
But
as
I
if
saw
they are-
something very lovely. Recently, I have this very good friend. She's a widow, and she has 2 kids. She met a widower who also has 2 kids. They did the traditional wedding and everything. So even before the traditional wedding, what they did was to bring the children from the 2 different mothers together. They now withdraw them from the schools they were, and then enroll
them
them in the
together.
same school.
Yeah.
And
It was a
awesome
beautiful,
blending.
yes.
That's
Yeah.
Yes.
that man is, and the woman
Yeah.
they love their
Honestly,
children.
Yes.
And they love
Now,
themselves.
They love
Yes, they
themselves.
love
Yeah.
themselves,
They-
yeah.
That's true love. See, all these things. Bottom line is this, like you said. He was looking for experienced nanny, and he got one. He got an experienced nanny. That's all he was
An
looking
experienced
for.
nanny. Yes. If he wanted a wife, or if he wanted love, he would have gone for a single lady. You know, but he wanted an
So
experienced.
husband and wife will be in business class with his own
My
kid.
blood.
No,
And
no.
then-
I'm telling you,
It's easy to be pregnant
I know
for 9
some
months.
people who put all their children in economy and they are in first class.
Yes,
Like
that
God,
one makes sense.
like Gordon Ramsay.
That one makes sense.
Gordon Ramsay, Hellfire,
That man.
Hell
That
Kitchen.
man. Hell kitchen.
I've
He
seen
says,
it couple of
make your own money. You
Yes.
understand?
That makes sense.
If he had done that, it's fine.
It would have been better.
No, if you have said all the children, all of you
Let's
stay
take
in economy.
let's take a break. When we come back, we will be addressing people who are in this situation. If you are unfortunate enough to find yourself in this situation now, let's see what we can tell you to do. Yeah, we'll be back. Stay tuned.
Proud to be a woman. Proud to be a woman.
Nigeria recently launched the revised national population, or rather national policy on population for Sustainable Development, which has the overall goal of improving the life.
He was still on one with discussing blending children from previous relationships. And we just said, if you are in this situation now, what do you advise someone who is in this situation to do? Because it can be a very terrible situation. And like you said, if you married before, you're marrying the second one. As far as I'm concerned, instead of bringing up very children who are not well-rounded, children who are psychologically disrupted, better to leave the marriage. Even if you have to marry 10 times like Elizabeth Taylor, who married 8 times.
It's about your inner peace, your happiness. It's not about what people say, because we are carried away with what people say about. They don't know what you are going through. So people in such relationship, please, I use the word jabber.
Take off.
Take off
with your children.
With your children, just because you wouldn't want to put them, you know, you wouldn't want to make them to go mentally, you know, because that alone has already reduced
their mental well-being.
It affects them badly, and it will reduce the
capacity,
the confidence,
everything.
will go, self-esteem will also disappear. And the kids, number one, the children will never forgive such persons.
And then we have children who are being sexually abused by their stepfathers.
Of course, severally.
Or maybe stepmothers.
And even some mothers that know about it and then are okay. And you hear a mother will tell the child, help me save my marriage. And I'll be like, are you okay?
Some pretend.
Your child?
Some beat up the child.
Beat up the child.
Some refuse to believe.
So
just to protect their marriage.
First of all, I would say single parents. First of all, see, it is not your fault that you're a single parent. It happened. Something happened along the line, and it happened. You didn't kill a human being. You gave birth to beautiful children that God created, and they are God's blessing. So please, if the person you want to marry treats your children like nonsense, I beg you, for your children's sanity and for your sanity, stay. Nobody will kill you.
And you should also
God will give you stay with your children.
Oh, okay. Don't marry.
Don't go. Don't trade your children happiness and your joy for
once
marriage.
You are already in the marriage. There are some who cannot leave, maybe due to financial
that
reasons.
One is another one on its own.
They have nowhere to go, and someone is abusing your children. Man, sleep under the bridge.
People don't sleep on now.
Yes.
Or even go to NAPTIP. We still keep saying go to NAPTIP. There are shelters. Government has shelters.
No, I heard that one. NAPTIP is there to help you.
Go to NAPTIP.
No, but you see, this is where
go to
again,
NGOs.
Another thing again, women especially, you need to be self-reliant. You need to self-develop yourself. Stop depending on somebody. Teach yourself something. Go and learn a skill. You must not go to school. Go and learn a skill. Learn dua. Learn something.
Sell something.
Sell something. Pure water.
Yes.
I saw a guy at Mississippi at Emetama. He was, I don't know if you saw it on my social media. He was selling pure water. He was wearing a tie and looking good. And he was selling pure water. Sell something.
I saw someone selling cola nuts.
Do something.
With a tray, and he was
sell anything. I go to Otako Market all the time. And sometimes I have nothing doing in Otako Market. I just go there because I want to observe, I want to see things. And I say, these are the real Nigerian women. These are the real struggling women. These are the women we should be giving awards.
Yes.
I see people that does not deserve.
They come out by 3 a.m.
with their little babies. They are bathing the babies there. Some are with their wheelbarrow selling. And you know, mentally, when I'm calculating how much profit they're making,
it's not much.
I'm like, how should I even leave my job and come do this thing?
I think women should also be conscious of the fact that these children are a responsibility to them, that God gives them these children, you know, as a kind of a gift. They are gifts from God. They are responsibilities from God. It is your sole responsibility. And if you don't take care of your children properly, nobody can. That's the truth.
Can, but it will be a wrong one.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody properly. I'm talking. I will say properly.
No. Society. Well, no. What I say, society can help you train them, but it will be a wrong training.
That's what I'm saying. So
there are some people that can take care of a child more than the parents.
Yeah.
Yes, but how many?
I've seen so many of them.
There are people who have love
busting from their heart.
get them?
They are rare.
They are rare, and how do you even get them?
It's difficult
yes,
to identify
to
them.
identify, you know, because with the issues of abuse and so many,
Well,
you know,
bottom
horrible
line
things
is
we
happening.
have to go
Love
today.
yourself, love your children.
We have
love
to go
everybody.
today. If you are blending your relationship, please blend it with love. I don't understand people. Children are the most lovable, easy to love, easy to trust beings on earth. When I look into their eyes, I feel so much love, overwhelmed. I feel like having another baby.
Okay, are you saying
I'm expecting
something?
grandchildren.
Are you saying something?
Especially when God has placed you in the position to mother or father them. Remember, one day God will hold you accountable.
Yes.
I am Ujidanisa.
Well, it's good having you on this edition of Wow. Just remember, anybody that does not love your children can never claim to love you.
Yeah.
Join us next week. I am Rahila Lessa.
I am Ifeoma Gift Oladunjoye. Love conquers all. See you next week Sunday.
I am Linda Turner. I'm delighted to be here.
See you next week. So.
Bye.